Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. This is Shavar and I make videos giving a biblical perspective on all matters. So let's get right into the video here. So today I wanted to make a video about the red pill, and particularly the red pill, the idea that there is a red pill for women. Now, what I mean when I say that there's a red pill for women is I don't mean that the red pill, you don't know what it is. I mean, I'm sure you know what it is if you're on the internet. It's just the idea of female nature. It's about men learning about female nature. As opposed to blue pill, the lies we've been told about women, as opposed to the truth about women. And the red pill for women, what I mean by the red pill for women is not that women learning about themselves and how they really are, because you can say that a woman is red pilled in that sense, and that she learns about how women really are and how herself really is. But that's not what I mean by red pill for women. What I mean is that there is a red pill for women in the sense that there are lies that women are being told about men, and that they're being told these lies about men by society, and that a lot of women, I don't know if it's most, it might be most, but a lot of women are being told these lies. And so I think it's important to understand what the red pill for women is, especially if you're a woman, which most women probably aren't watching this video. But there is a red pill for women, and this video, I want to make this video about that. Now, to give a disclaimer, I just want you to know that I am not actually red pill, okay? I use red pill because it's useful for discussion, and a lot of people know about it online, and it's a very useful way to discuss relationship dynamics between men and women, because it's very known online and everything like that, and it's very much in the algorithm. And so but I'm not red pill. I think there are problems with the red pill, but I think the red pill gets a lot right. But I have a few disagreements, a couple, not a few, not even a few, just a couple disagreements with the red pill. And so I'm not red pill. I'm but it's not far off, and I don't think it's all that inconsistent with scripture either, even when it comes to the solutions that red pill offers. Although I think there are some important key points red pill misses. But in any case, we'll just get right into the point of the video, which is, what is the red pill for women exactly, and what are the lies that women believe about men? So I came up with 3 lies that women believe about men, and it's the first lie, and this is the most important and major one, and it's that men are misogynistic, that most men are misogynistic and hate women. A lot of women who are very feminists actually believe this. This is crazy, because it's demonstrably untrue. As I said in my last video, which was about male phylogeny, and male phylogeny is just the opposite of misogyny. It's just the love of women, and it's the idea that I argue that the problem with dating today is male phylogeny. That most men love women, and they love women way too much. The problem today with most men is that they love women and they love them unconditionally. That there's no sense of um, women don't even have to earn their place. They just receive protection and provision unconditionally. You know, men feel like they have to be there for women at all times, all the time, just because she's a woman. And that is actually a big problem. Okay? Men are the opposite of misogynistic. The reason why so many women think this, the women who think this are women who are chronically online. And they look at the manosphere and red pill content and they think that most men buy into those ideas. And that's just not true. Most men are not a part of the manosphere. Most men don't hold to red pill ideology. Okay, this is just bullcrap. Okay, most men are blue pilled. Okay, which is, you know, the opposite extreme of red pill. Most men don't believe in red pill ideology. Even most men who know about it don't believe in red pill ideology. And so most men are not misogynistic, and I don't even think most men who are red pill are misogynistic. I think there's a very, very small percentage of men who are genuinely misogynistic, and most of them are not red pill. Okay, most of them would be very, very extremely black pilled men who are very socially awkward and maybe have uh, severe problems with socializing and things like that, who you know, maybe feel like they deserve attention from women because they're nice. Okay, um, but most men are not that extreme. Okay, that's just not how most men are thinking here. Okay, so this is just nonsense. This lie that the patriarchy tells women, and this is the patriarchy telling them this, that most men are misogynistic. It's bullcrap. It's not true. Most men are not misogynistic. Okay, this is a niche. When you watch the red pill, this is just an online thing. The manosphere is an online thing almost entirely. Okay, it is not the reality of most men. Okay, it's just bullcrap. Okay, most men love women and they love women way too much. They tend to love them far too much. They tend to do more for them than what they should. It's just not true. And we're both being lied to. Men are being lied to about women, and women are being lied to about men. And the patriarchy is the thing that's lying to both of us. The patriarchy propagates feminist ideas. Like I said in my last video, the patriarchy is not propagating conservative ideas. It's propagating feminist ideas. And it's conditioning both men and women to be it's conditioning men to be very philogenistic and women to be very misandristic, quite frankly, to hate men. And there's really, I mean, very few people are genuinely misogynistic. Okay. The problem seems to be the very opposite. Either most people hate men or most people love women too much, and those two extremes tend to be the problem with society. And so the red pill for women is when a woman realizes that she's been lied to about men, that most men aren't out here, they're not trying to oppress women, they don't hate men, they don't hate women. Okay, it tends to be the opposite. And the problem with that is that men tend to get taken advantage of when they're too nice and they're too philogenistic. And it can lead to, it destroys their lives, and it's very unattractive to women as well. These men tend to be very feminine and passive. And so it's very problematic. And the lie that women need to start rejecting is that men hate them. It's just bullcrap. I remember talking to a woman at my job that I used to work, she was, we were talking about, um, men, and she told me basically that she believes, she was dead serious, she believes that most men, oh no, not most, all men are sexual predators, potential sexual predators. That's what she said. All men. All men. Literally all men. And I asked her, I was like, do you think your father is a potential sexual predator? And you know what she said? She's dead serious. Dead serious. She said, yes. She thinks her father is a sexual predator. That's what she said. She honestly believed her father, her own father, is a sexual predator that she couldn't trust, probably. That is nuts. Like, to be so conditioned by society and so brainwashed by society to a point where you honestly think your own family members who love you are a potential enemy of yours and an abuser of yours just because of their gender is crazy. It's nuts that women actually think this about the men in their lives who love them, who they know love them. They think they potentially hate them and want to abuse them because they are men. That is nuts. And the patriarchy is conditioning women to believe this nonsense about men. And this is the red pill. When women wake up and they realize that's bullcrap. Most men are not like that. And so, this is something that women really need to understand. There is a red pill for you women. And you need to seriously start accepting it, because what you're being told about men is just bullshit. It's not true. Now, the second lie that women are told about men is that men don't care about female empowerment. That's just not true. Okay? There are men, especially online, who say things like, women shouldn't be leaders, women are stupid, women can't do anything right, women, they should not lead at all, they're just good for procreating, blah, blah, blah. There are men like that, okay? But that's not most men. Most men don't think that. Most men can give a damn. If you're a woman and you're a CEO of a company, most men can give a damn. If you are a female, if we have a female president, most men don't care. Okay, they don't give a damn. The thing that men are concerned with is, if we empower women, will they depower us? Will they oppress us and take away and suppress our voice? The reason why so many men turned conservative in this last election was not because they hated women and they didn't want Kamala Harris to become president, Kamala Harris to become president, okay? That's not why. The reason is because Kamala Harris didn't give a damn about men. She didn't care about their voice. She didn't care about their rights. And Donald Trump, he seemed more concerned. At least that was the assumption. Men, they are down for female. Most men they don't give a damn about this female empowerment thing, okay? They can care less if women are CEOs, okay? They just don't want their rights and their voice to be suppressed. That's what they're concerned about. They want to be heard too. That is the fear that most men have. It has nothing to do with the fact that they hate women and they don't want women to have rights and all this other bull crap. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. It is demonstrably untrue. Okay? Men don't want to take away women's rights. And so when a woman realizes that, she's slowly becoming red-pilled. The third lie that women buy is that men don't want serious relationships and all they care about is sex and they're just dogs. This is bullcrap. Most men want relationships. And not just men who don't have options. Even most men who have options want relationships. Want serious relationships. Most high value men, okay, want serious relationships. A small percentage maybe don't and want to still fool around or whatever. But even the ones that just want to fool around for me, eventually most of them come to a point in their life where they want a serious relationship. It's just not true that men don't want serious relationships and all they care about is sex. Yes, men care about sex and they want sex. But that's not all they care about. When men are having fun, yes, they'll just look for a pretty face that they can bang out. Okay? Yeah. Alright? They'll look for a pretty face and some good punani. Okay? When that's all they care about. But when they're looking for a long-term relationship, they look for more than just that. If they have the option. Okay? A lot of men don't have the option and they're desperate and they'll take anything they can get. But men who have the option, they're going to try to look for something more than just a pretty face and some pussy. They're going to look for a woman who's feminine, a woman who listens to them, a woman who respects them, a woman who's kind. They're going to look for more than that. They're going to look for a nice personality and things like that. Okay? Yeah, they want a woman who's, a sexual freak or whatever. Yeah, they want that. But they want more than just that. They don't just want that. And women, they think that all they gotta do is just show up, look nice, put 10 pounds of makeup on their face, and throw it back, and a man is gonna want to wife them up. And, well, to be honest with you, a lot of men, they do wife them up. But again, those men tend to be rather desperate. And they tend not to have very many options, and that's why they can be fooled into that. But men who have options, they're not going to fall for that as easily. Although some do, but not as easily. They're going to be a bit more picky when it comes to finding a wife or something like that. But all men, whether he has options or not, want serious relationships. Well, most men. And they're not out here just trying to raw dog everyone. Raw dog all the women. Okay? They're trying to find someone to spend the rest of their life with. And women just have been lied to about this idea that women are just dogs and they just want sex. And that they don't. They may not want you. That doesn't mean they don't want serious relationships. And it's just a lie to believe otherwise. Men want serious relationships. They want families. Okay? They're just looking for something of value. A woman worth committing to. A lot of them. And so, all this bullcrap that women are being fed about men, that they're misogynistic, they're just dogs, they just care about sex, they want to oppress women, they don't want women to be leaders, they don't care about female empowerment, all this other nonsense, it's just bullcrap. It's nonsense. And so many women buy into it. And when she wakes up and she sees the truth and she realizes this is all nonsense, this is all bullcrap, she understands that doesn't mean men aren't the problem, but it just means they're not the problem in the way that you think they are. and that women need to start understanding that men do care about them. They care about them very much. But men just feel like women don't care about them. But men need an example. They do. They need an example to teach them how to love women in a way that's fair, but in a way that doesn't allow themselves to get taken advantage of. Men need an example of like that, and we don't have one. And it's no wonder why men feel so lost. Men don't have a male example. There's no figure today. You know, when we look at the Andrew Tates and the Jordan Petersons and all these other men out here, you know, a lot of men, you know, look to these guys, you know, for guidance and leadership. But let's just be honest. These men are not proper examples. They have not been proper examples of masculinity. And men need one, and we're still waiting for one. I believe God will raise up one day. When that day comes, I think men will be empowered. And women too. Women will be empowered as well, but the right way. We won't try to oppress one another and take try to oppress our voice and one another's voice and all this other stuff. The gender wars, you know. The idea is that this figure will bring an end to that. And I think he's coming one day. But yeah, I mean, this red pill for women. I mean, if you're a woman, you're probably not watching this video, but just in case you do, just know that you've been lied to by the patriarchy, just like men. You've been lied to about men. They don't hate you. They love you, and they love you way too much. And that's the problem. And so, yeah, so I guess I'll end it there. So subscribe to the channel, please. Like, share, the notification bell, all that good stuff. And so I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.